And last area of commitment is to our community and to the world. We are in business to make a difference in the world by doing what? Will you make a difference? What difference will you make? Will you be, in fact, significant in the community and in the planet? And I know so many of you already are. Look at some of these significant people. Sir John Harrington, not a very good picture, but it's 350 years old. He invented the flush toilet. Do you thank him every day? Do you thank Mr. Carrier every day for air conditioning, Mr. Otis every day for elevators? How many people have been significant in your life every day? And what difference will you make by the time you're gone? Thomas Edison, 1,093 patents. 1,090. This is the light bulb and a bunch of other stuff. No one-trick pony here. Significant, yes. Bill Gates, the richest man in the world, changed the way we communicate and do business. Significant, I think. A grandfather being significant with his granddaughter, just taking a few minutes out of his life to be significant with a granddaughter. Did you have time for that? And Mother Teresa, 78-pound, one lady, 78-pound lady, hugely significant. Success and significance. We define success as anything you do that makes a difference in your own life. Significance is anything you do that makes a difference in the lives of others. When you die, your success dies with you. You're taking the dirt nap. I think it's your significance that lives on. In fact, if there is a heaven, it may be in our significance. Will you be significant? Here's Alcan, a great big company. And Alcan, starting in 2002, in their annual report, they have 3 different bottom lines. They talk about their financial bottom line, their environmental bottom line, and their social bottom line. Financial performance, environmental performance, and social responsibility performance. Being significant as a large company. And then here's a small company. You may say, well, we're not Alcan. We don't have those kinds of resources. Here's my friend Rob and his wife Kaya on either side, and in the center is the gentleman from their local hospital. 2 years ago, Rob celebrated his 50th birthday. He runs a home hardware store in Gravenhurst, the little town near our cottage. Population about 6,000 people. And he runs a hardware store, and he's a merchant. He's a brilliant merchant. 50th birthday, 2 years ago, he decided to have a birthday party at the store to make something happen at the store. So he put up a sign, and his staff invited people. He ran a little ad in the local paper, and he said, come on, the weekend of, whatever, it's my birthday. And he said, don't bring a gift, like we were going to bring a gift, Rob. Don't bring a gift, I'm doing pretty well. I'll tell you how well Rob is doing. He has his own island in the Bahamas. How does he get there? In his own airplane. It's a hardware store in a town of 6,000 people. And he's a merchant, and he's amazing, and so he said, bring a donation for the local hospital. We're going to serve wine and some cake, and bring a donation for our hospital. And 4 days later, this is a picture I cut off the local newspaper. The front page, you can't buy the front page for money. But there he is with $1,000 of other people's money. Now think about this. The man is brilliant. He's on the front page of the local paper giving a check for $1,000 of other people's money to the local hospital, and he's on the front page, which you cannot buy. Giving back with other people's money. The man is brilliant. Don't make your business your neat fort. As we wind down, we have customers at home too. And so many business people I've worked with, they've made their business their neat fort. It's where they go to hide from their spouse, from their kids, from all the other things they could be on this planet, from their community, from their God, whatever. They're just safe there. They're just hiding out. And I know this because I grew up in someone else's neat fort. My father, bless his heart, an incredible guy, but he just couldn't do the family thing. He left the house at 6 in the morning, came home at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, 7 days a week. I'll never forget it. My 13th birthday, I asked my father in one of my rare interviews with him. I said, Dad, why do you do this? And he told us the big lie, didn't he? He said, I'm doing it all for you guys. And I so wish I'd had the courage at the age of 13 to say to my father, if you're doing this all for us, you're doing it all wrong. Yeah. And I didn't have the courage. Probably a good job. I'd still be in my room today. But I'll never forget as a youngster hearing my mother say about my father, apparently home is where you go when you're tired of being nice to people. She said, I just want to be treated like a customer. We have customers at home too. If you had more time, what would you do? If you knew you were going to die pretty soon, what would you regret dying without ever having done? How much time you spend asking these questions? Most of my work is about how to do it better. This little bit of my work is about why we do it at all. Why are we doing it at all? Why are you doing it at all? We sold our retail store a number of years ago because my wife, who came into my life at a time when I didn't even believe in me and she did, and I owe her my life. I owe her my life. And I was raised in the United Church, and Wanda's Jewish, born with Jewish guilt apparently, and she left a really fabulous job in the fashion industry to help me create my vision, and I was running off and doing speeches, and she felt betrayed and abandoned. Anyone think betrayed and abandoned is the basis for building a relationship? And I fell asleep at my desk one night at midnight, and I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, and I went out on the sales floor, and there she was in her stocking feet with the radio playing, re-merchandising a department, and I said, "Bear, can't we go home?" She said, "Oh, I just have to finish this just a little bit more here, another half an hour." And I was born in Leaside, a pretty waspy part of Toronto, and I turned to her and I said, "You know, Barry, you can be born with guilt in Leaside too, but we get over it." Well, apparently that was insensitive, but she gave me a hug and she started to cry, and she said, "What we've created here is amazing and successful, but it's destroying my health and our relationship." And I said, "It's for sale at 9 a.m. She said, "You would do that?" And I said, "Absolutely, you just watch me." Because when you agreed to make a life with me a few years ago, you asked the specific question, if the business comes between us, what goes and what stays, me or the business? And I said to you, the business goes and you stay. And she said, "But I didn't believe you for a minute." A leap of faith. We sold the store in 2 months. And this spring, we celebrated 16 years of being successfully unmarried. And then I declared this the year of keeping promises, because what I found was that I wasn't keeping my promises to her. And she kept saying, "You just always promise and you don't deliver." And I said, "This is the year of keeping promises. We will go to New Zealand and we will make money doing it. And we will go to Europe, and I will paint the damn front door at the cottage. I promise, this year I really will." And so this was the year of keeping promises, and I urge you to think about that in your relationships with your customers at home and with yourself as a human being. Will next year perhaps be for you the year of keeping promises? So much to think about.